Hello everyone, and welcome to the 4Life Product Call. I'm Nathen Larsen, your host tonight, and I have a very, very special guest. I'm glad to hope you're all excited to be on tonight, because guess who we have? We have our founder and CEO, David Lisonbee, on the call. Welcome, David. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, it's great to be here, Nathen. Thank you for inviting me. It's always exciting to be on a call with 4Life distributors, and I've been looking forward to this for a few days, so thank you.
Oh, well, we're so glad to have you, and it's an exciting time at 4Life right now. Convention coming up, so many things are happening. I can tell you I've been running around crazy today. How about you?
Yeah, it's been very busy around here getting ready for a convention. We are very excited, very focused, and it's going to be a great convention in Miami in just a few weeks.
All right. Well, you know what? It's a product call, so I need to start asking you some questions about the product. So here we go, Dave. I want to go back to the beginning if we can. I want to ask you, when you were looking around and you came across Tranfer Factor, you found it, what was going on? Tell me a little bit about that time in your life and what was happening.
Yeah, you know, we were very fortunate to come across Tranfer Factor when we did. I was doing a lot of research on products specifically for the immune system, because I recognized back then, 16, 17 years ago, that the immune system really is the key to the body's good health, that all the other systems seem to focus on or be related to the immune system. And I came across Tranfer Factor that a couple of scientists had discovered and had a patent for. That was an extract from colostrum, cow colostrum, cow's milk, the first milk of the cow, and some great studies. There were hundreds and hundreds of papers and studies that had been written about Tranfer Factor. So that really got my interest. And then to find these two patent holders who had a patent on extracting it, and then I was able to approach them and license that patent so that we could launch this company with Tranfer Factor.
Wow, that's exciting. Well, you know, the next thing I kind of want to wonder about is, you know, what about Tranfer Factor made you decide that it was worth taking a risk of starting 4Life?
Well, as I mentioned, the hundreds of studies and papers, a lot of attention had been given to Tranfer Factor over the years. It was first discovered in 1949 at New York University by Sherwood Lawrence. And he found that there was some benefit to these small fractions from colostrum. And as you know, colostrum is full of a lot of really great things, but there are some very specific things that do very specific things in the body, and Tranfer Factors were identified as one of these very special things. Having seen that, I knew that we had a product that really needed to get out to the world. I began using it myself before I ever launched the company, and I found personally some great benefit from using the product.
Okay, well, with that said, why network marketing? Why was that important?
You know, direct selling network marketing is the most efficient way to get a product to market that there is. But you can't just take any product and expect it to be successful through direct selling. This particular product needed a little education. If you put Tranfer Factor on the shelves of a store, how many people are just going to stop and say, oh, Tranfer Factor, what in the world is that? And that's why this person-to-person communication, this intimate association with people, was really required, really necessary to be able to get the word out properly, to be able to educate people and be able to market the product properly.
Wow, that's sensational. Well, you know, I keep thinking back. I've been with you for a long time, 15 years now, and
it's been a great 15 years, Nathen. You've done a great job.
Oh, well, thank you. But I think about 15 years, then I started thinking about all the advancements we've had, and I think it's amazing that we've had so many in 15 years. And, you know, for me, you're thinking about it, I know we came up with Plus right after Tranfer Factor, but then the chicken egg source thing, it came out of left field for me. Nobody had hinted anything, and all of a sudden I hear about this new advancement we had. Tell me a little bit about it. What made you think that we could find Tranfer Factors in chicken eggs?
Well, I had read a little bit about chicken eggs, about how there were fractions in the chicken egg that were important for the immune system. And it makes logical sense that if the mother cow is trying to pass on immunity knowledge to the calf, wouldn't it make sense that a mother chicken is trying to do the same thing for its offspring? And so we took egg and we broke it down and began looking at it really carefully, and before long we had discovered that same molecular weight and the same activity and action in eggs as there were in cow's milk. So it took a while to get there, a lot of study, and then we filed for the patent, which took a long time to get done and receive it. But it made a lot of sense to us, and ever since that time, we've been blending the chicken egg transfer factors with the cow colostrum transfer factors as well.
Well, Dave, that made me think of something else on the patent side of it. Why is it so important that we patent these things when we do them?
Well, patenting is a protection. It's a protection for the company, but more importantly, a protection for distributors, so that they know that we are dedicated and committed to protecting this product, and we're willing to put the investment in and the resources that are necessary to do so as a protection going forward. And we're constantly filing new patents. The original patent was great, but we knew that we needed to add value to that and continually improve. And as we make improvements in transfer factor or in other products, other combinations of items that we put in, like the cardio, TF Cardio, for example, that is a patented product because of things that we discovered in connection with transfer factor, the combination of those things. So we're constantly looking for ways to protect and to add value to these products.
Wow, I hope you were all excited. That got me excited. I can't wait to see some of my distributors out there and start talking to them.
And let me mention, too, it's not just in the United States. We file patents all over the world to protect our distributors and these products wherever we go.
I hope you're excited about that, because that is very important for your business. Okay, now, it's amazing to me, another thing that I've seen in 15 years, we took this one ingredient, this transfer factor that you looked at, and we've turned it into product lines, targeted transfer factors, skin care, Rio Vita, animal care line. Have you been surprised at all these advances that we've had?
I'm a little surprised, but not really so, because we have such a great scientific team here. When we first got transfer factor in the powder form, we knew that we could stabilize it and put it in a capsule. That took work and effort, but we knew and we were able to do that. Once we knew that we could do that, we began looking at, could we take this powder, could we take even the transfer factors in the powder and in other forms and put them in a liquid, for example. And it took a lot of time and effort to do that. But we did discover, obviously, that transfer factors maintain their integrity when they're put into a liquid like Rio Vita, for example. Rio Vita has to undergo a lot of processing to make sure that that product is safe and bacteria doesn't grow in it and so forth. As you know, juices often have problems with that sort of thing. So it took a lot of effort to stabilize and make sure that those transfer factors would still be viable, would still work and be effective in a liquid form like that. So once we began looking into it and realizing that these transfer factors are pretty darn hardy, they can withstand a lot, and by doing a bit of work with them, we can adapt them so that they can be used in other forms. So I'm not surprised now at all, and we're looking at a lot of different ways to use transfer factors in the future.
Oh, wow, that's exciting. Well, let me ask you also, now Nano Factors. We came up with Nano Factors. We found them a while ago. But I struggle with that, just being not very scientific. The molecules of transfer factor are so tiny. What made you think that there's actually even smaller stuff that could benefit us?
Well, again, doing research, there's been a lot of research on milk and eggs in the past about different fractions and different molecular weights. Transfer factor, we know, of course, where that is in that molecular weight. But I just had a thought that there may be something in that lower range, below the transfer factor weight, that could be interesting, because I had read one article or one paper about it, and I wasn't sure if it was accurate or not, but I thought, it's worth a shot. Let's take a look at it. So we began fractionating the cholesterol whey again, lower than the transfer factor, and just isolating that and doing tests in the laboratory on that, and then we took it, of course, to human use. But we found that in that lower molecular weight, there is some benefit that's different from transfer factor. And it's all good. It all has to do with the immune system as well. But that nano factor, we found, is strengthening the immune system in a different way than transfer factor is.
Wow. Well, one of my favorite things to ask people, because, I know I take a lot of products, but we can't take all the products. So my question for you is, what products do you take personally?
Well, you haven't been to my house, because we take a lot of products, but we love these products, and every day I take transfer factor trifactor. I love taking the Rio Vita for the antioxidants, and we use the spray in our house a lot. If grandchild or we get a little raspy throat, we love to take that to soothe the throat and to, again, help strengthen the immune system through the Tranfer Factor spray. So those are products that I use. Bianca uses a number of products. I'll let her tell you about that too. And I always take the Right Start every day because there's just so many things, a good spectrum of vitamins in there that we may or may not be getting through our foods. And why take the chance? That's why I just love the Right Start, and I think it's a great convenient packet. Just rip it open and take it, and I know that I'm covered there.
Okay, now I'm probably gonna, not get the answer I'm looking for here, but just I have to do it for my good friends out there. Is there any new product announcements you'd like to make today,
Nathen?
Well, okay, I tried, everybody. I tried.
We don't have any new announcements today, but I'll tell you what. I can give you a sneak preview into what we're going to be having at convention. Convention in just a few weeks in October in Miami, Florida. We're going to have some phenomenal announcements about new products. And these are different than anything else we've done before. I can say that much. And let everyone know there that's listening that you will not be disappointed. There are some really exciting things happening that Dr. Chris Lockwood and his team have come up with that are, taking us beyond where we are today. So we're very excited about it, very enthused. And Nathen, good try.
Well, I tried, everybody, but you know what? You have to be in Miami. You have to be there. It's going to be amazing. Please don't miss out. We want to see you there. We want you to hear it firsthand. We want you to get the product because the one we're not releasing again for 90 days after convention. So you don't want to go that long without it. I promise you that. Okay, Dave, just one more question. Want to lead up to it by just saying, look at everything we've done in 15 years. I like to point that out and point, our dedication to research and development. But what has you the most excited about 4Life products in the future?
I am really excited about Tranfer Factor. We are really only beginning to understand it, and we're learning more about it every day. With our new lab and the new focus that we have on studies and continuing to understand this small molecule, we're learning a lot more. And I see in the future a lot of things happening. We have a 5-year plan right now looking at products 5 years out on what might be developed, patented, and released. So without getting into a lot of detail, I can tell you that we are heavily involved in research more than we've ever been before. Not that we haven't been before, because we have, but now we are even more so. We are focusing on research and studies that will validate these products and really give us more insight about the benefits of Tranfer Factor and these products that we have.
Well, thank you very much, David, for being on the call. There you have it, everybody. What a great call. I hope you got a lot of great information. You see the vision that we have of the future at 4Life. We have David leading us and giving this future for us. We know where we're going. We know what we're looking for. So just come in, make sure you get as much knowledge as you can, and make sure you take this product to the world, together building people. Thank you all for being on the call. And again, thank you, David.
Thanks all of you. Good night to you. Hope you have a great evening, and don't forget that convention. You need to be there. And Nathen, thanks again for inviting me.
Oh, thank you, Dave. See you, everyone.
Good night.